Have you ever noticed something kind of strange? Some of the world's top performers, the highest achievers, they seem to be deliberately stepping back. They're rejecting the very things we're all told we should want. Well, you know what? This isn't an accident. It's a strategy. It's a powerful countermove in the high-stakes game of life, and it's called the peace paradox.
I mean, think about it. We live in a world that just screams more is better. More money, more followers, more stuff. So why are the very people who can literally have it all choosing to have less? What strategic advantage have they figured out that the rest of us might be missing?
And this brings us right to the core idea. The peace paradox isn't about being forced to live with less. It's the exact opposite. It's a conscious, deliberate choice made by people at the absolute top of their game. They're shedding the unnecessary, specifically to gain a competitive edge. This is minimalism as a performance-enhancing tool.
Okay, so to really grasp how radical this new approach is, we first have to look at the old playbook. You know, the one most of us are still using. And it's built on one single, powerful myth that more is always, always better. So, on one side, you've got the traditional metrics, right? Pile up the money, the status symbols, the possessions, the constant stimulation. But the paradoxical choice? It's all about subtraction. It's about cutting out noise, killing distractions, and building simpler systems. It's a completely different operating system for success.
So what's really driving all this? Why is this happening right now? Well, we're going to break down the 6 key psychological drivers that explain exactly why this paradox is becoming the new secret weapon for high performance.
First up, and honestly, this is the bedrock of the entire idea: cognitive load. Just think of your brain's processing power like the RAM in your computer. High performers are realizing this is their most valuable and most limited resource, and it has a hidden enemy.
You see, every single thing you own, every commitment you make, every notification that pops up, it comes with a hidden mental tax. It creates overhead, it drains your attention, and it leads to that crippling feeling of decision fatigue. So minimalism is just the strategy to slash those hidden costs by getting rid of unnecessary choices, clutter, and inputs.
And the payoff? Oh, it's immense. When you free up all that mental bandwidth, you can finally redirect it to what actually moves the needle in your life: sharp execution, peak health, and brilliant strategy. All of a sudden, peace isn't just some passive feeling. It becomes a powerful performance advantage.
Now, this shift goes way beyond just our own internal mindset. It's also changing the external game. The very definition of status is being completely rewritten. It's moving away from what you can buy and toward what you can control.
You know the old status game, right? It was all about visible consumption. The fancy car, the expensive watch. It was a big external show. But the new status? It's internal. It's about self-control. It's having the freedom, the options, the independence to just say no. Minimalism then becomes the ultimate signal that your wants don't own you, you own them.
Okay, number 3. Beyond mental, energy, and status, there's another resource that has become incredibly rare in our world: focus. We're living in an economy that is literally designed to hijack your attention, so the ability to maintain deep, unbroken concentration, well, that's a superpower.
A minimalist environment, then, acts like a fortress for your focus. When you intentionally engineer less chaos in your surroundings, you get more consistency in your most important routines: your deep work, your workouts, your sleep. You're basically building an environment where discipline becomes the easy, default choice.
All these external pressures, the distractions, the status games, they bring another big danger: emotional risk. See, experienced high achievers know that success attracts complexity and drama, so they use minimalism as a kind of defensive psychology.
So here's the crucial point. They start treating their peace of mind like capital, like money in the bank that needs to be protected. By having fewer possessions, a tighter social circle, and less need for outside approval, they create fewer emotional hooks for drama and competition to grab onto. And fewer hooks means fewer wounds. Simple as that.
This leads to a really natural evolution in what drives us. Once you've achieved a certain level of success and the basic day-to-day pressures of survival are gone, your entire motivation system it starts to shift.
Think about it. In the early stages of a career, the big question is all about accumulation. How much can I get? But once you reach a certain level of security, the question totally flips. It becomes about optimization. How little do I actually need to stay free? The very security they worked so hard to build is what enables the simplicity they now want.
And ultimately, all of these drivers point to one final, really profound shift:
The very foundation of your identity moves inward. It's no longer about external signals. It's all about your internal standards. This is the big shift from an immature to a mature sense of self. Your identity isn't tied to what you own anymore, but to who you are. It's anchored in your discipline, your skills, your health, your competence, and your autonomy. And these are things that nobody can ever take away from you.
But hold on. It is absolutely crucial to understand what this philosophy is not about, because it's really easy to misinterpret.
This whole movement is not anti-wealth, it's not anti-ambition, and it's not anti-luxury. High performers are still chasing excellence with incredible intensity. What this is a philosophy of being anti-unnecessary friction. It's about ruthlessly removing every single thing that creates drag on your journey.
So, if we boil all of this down to one single powerful idea, what is the ultimate choice being made here? What is the core principle of the peace paradox, really?
This really says it all. When a person becomes capable enough to have everything, they become wise enough to choose only what matters. True freedom, it turns out, isn't having everything, it's needing very little of it.
So, the ultimate takeaway is this. The peace paradox has nothing to do with deprivation. It's all about empowerment through strategic selection. It's about choosing with absolute clarity what you allow into your life, into your mind, and into your environment.
So that leaves one final question, and it's not for me. It's for you. What is one piece of friction, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, that you could remove from your life, maybe even today, to gain more peace and improve your performance?